Welcome to the audio excerpts of special seminars and conversations with Nolan Narula on gettingpositivekarmanow.com.
So the art of having the right affirmation, especially when you're putting them in the Reiki box, I think I personally feel I still don't have absolute clarity on the kind of affirmation.
How do you do the affirmations?
They have to be as generic as possible.
They have to be two things. If you look in your Reiki box page, in your Reiki 1 manual, it says there that you have to have a general statement and a specific statement both. So it's not all general. And then if you go to the page where we talk about general affirmations, those are different. For example, I think the first affirmation listed is that so-and-so and his family are living in an abundance of health, wealth, joy and happiness. That's a general statement. But that doesn't mean that all your statements in your Reiki box must be like that. Because you can have many, but then you will need to deal with specific issues. So you need to specify. So you can state a general statement would be that so-and-so is healed, whole and complete. And this problem, that problem has also got sorted out in this way, in this one's favor. That's all you need to do to design an affirmation.
They have to be two affirmations, or you can have the same thing in the...
No, there are no two affirmations. There is the first part of the affirmation, which is a general statement for well-being. And then there is a second part. For example, you could say so-and-so is healed, whole and complete, and their relationships are healed, whole and complete, and relationship with this one, that one is healed, whole and complete. See, there is a general statement of general relationship and general wellness, and then specifically if there is a problem, you fix that. If there isn't any other expansion of the general, then the minimum statement is that so-and-so is healed, whole and complete. That is all there in your memory. Any other questions?
One question. So when we are giving protection shields to our home and vehicles, which you said we did not need to specify the end time because we need the
24 hours. For vehicles and home is always 24 hours.
Okay.
But for people it is midnight or when they go to sleep, whichever comes earlier.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
So you said about in the beginning you were mentioning about every energy resting in every chakra for 7 years. So 8th year onwards it comes back
to the root again.
So you don't need re-attunement every 7 years.
Sorry?
You don't need to re-attune yourself every 7 years.
No, how will you re-attune yourself?
Okay.
You can't do an attunement for yourself. Nor should you ask for another, because then you'll start at a God knows what level, maybe much lower. So there is no re-attunement required. If you have not done Reiki for a while, all you need to do is to restart, and energies will start to flow again in the way to heal your life. See, the idea of doing healing means that the implicit in that activity is that I am taking responsibility for my life. So when I don't do healing, it means I don't want to take responsibility. It is this one's fault, it is that. You will find at that time complaining will increase. And looking to blame others will increase. So it may also happen while you are doing healing, but that may be your nature only. क्यों जी? उसका आहिस्ता आहिस्ता उसका थोड़ा रंधा लग के सैंड पेपरिंग होके आहिस्ता उसका क्लीनिंग हो सकता है. So there are people who are miserable and they are doing healing and they want to remain miserable and they die miserable but they are healed. So that is your personality. It's different. So personality has nothing to do with it as long as it is not obstructing your healing. So you can be any personality. Nobody cares. Healing doesn't care. तो कितने गले सड़े हो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. But that गला सड़ा business changes also. Makes a difference.
So taking responsibility would mean that if there's something wrong happening in my life, then I would, instead of saying that person is wrong, would I say that I am wrong? And
no, you will not see. You will neither say they are wrong, nor will you say you are wrong. What you will do is you will assess what needs to be done to fix the problem. That is taking responsibility the first step. So given that people have parts to play in what is happening in your life, good and bad both, they are only the deliverers of your karma.
Right.
That is the cosmic
Right.
karma courier service
Right.
delivering to you. Now the question is, what do you want to do with that delivery? This is a delivery sent by yourself. You have authorized this delivery. Now you can't say, I don't want to take it.
True.
Blaming means, I don't need it, I don't deserve it, why has it come to me? It has come to you for a reason. It has come to you for the simple reason that you have okayed it somewhere, or you have paid for it even though there may have been hidden charges. When you swipe your credit card somewhere, there may be hidden charges you are not aware of. But you said, okay, I okay this transaction. So it's the same thing with karma. You okay the transaction, you don't know the hidden charges. But you are still liable for those hidden charges. So this is a huge accounting service that goes on every day, and your books of karma are updated every evening from approximately 7:30 to midnight. So if you do your healing at around that time, you get extra benefit because the shift is changing. They are wanting to finish their daily record, so then you can make all kinds of funny requests, and very often they will get passed. This is a tip. So because like any bureaucracy,
7:30 in the morning,
darling, 7:30 at night.
night.
Evening shift change होती है. I don't know why, I haven't looked into it deeply, but the shift changes from 7:30 to midnight. So at that they have to close everybody's book of karmic record, hand over to the next. It's interesting, in the Bhagavad Gita it says that at the time when everybody is asleep, the wise person is awake and doing his healing practice or spirituality. So it's a very interesting thing that midnight is considered to be the darkest time, in the middle of the night. And that time the wise one is awake and he is doing his work, spiritual work. So this also correlates with this bookkeeping business. So you can do that. And of course, Brahm Muhurt at 45 minutes approximately before sunrise is also a powerful spiritual time, because that's the time when the biological functions are at the lowest. Your metabolism is at the lowest, you are at the most depressed state. So if you get up, you are actually countering it. And you are receiving a lot of, at that time you are receiving a lot of spiritual energy. So typically, in religious spiritual cultures, Brahm Muhurt time is very, very important, considered to be very significant, as is midnight-ish. Also the time of dawn, time of midday, and time of sunset, you can say. Twilight, the two twilight aspects. In the Vedic system, that's when you chant your Gayatri mantras. If you're a Brahmin, if you're an initiated Brahmin, we are supposed to chant at that time. At twilight, midday, and evening. Midday is maximum negative energy. From 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock is considered to be again a negative energy cycle as far as spiritual energy is concerned. So when you counter it by doing your Gayatri at that time, if you are a Brahmin, as I said, it overcomes that aspect. It is called, it's a Rakshas moment. 10:30 to around noon, every day approximately. So, other timings aside, this is one aspect. So anyway, the fact is that if you are doing healing 24 hours a day, you are covered. We have taught you at Reiki 1 how to do healing at 24 hours a day. And so you have no issues as far as these timings are concerned, because you are sailing through them quite nicely. Any other questions?
You've been listening to a discussion with Nala Narula on www.gettingpositivekarmanow.com.